thank you for joining us for news updates at 10. My name is Tandi Wemzumara. Italian Cardinal Matteo Zuppi, who is Pope Francis's personal peace envoy for the war in Ukraine, closed a two-day visit to Washington, D.C. on Wednesday, capping a whirlwind round of high-level civil and ecclesial meetings. Zuppi was in Washington, D.C. from July 17th to the 19th, along with an unnamed representative of the Vatican's Secretariat of State, to continue the mission entrusted to him by Pope Francis, and in this context, to meet with the President of the United States, Joe Biden. It marked the third stage in Zuppi's mission following a visit to Kyiv in early June, where he met Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and other top-level church and government leaders, and to Moscow in late June, where he met members of Russia's foreign ministry as well as Patriarch Kirill of Moscow, but did not meet with President Vladimir Putin. According to a previous White House statement on the meeting, Zuppi discussed the Vatican's humanitarian efforts in Ukraine, as well as the return of Ukrainian children forcibly deported to Russia. The European Union insists that resumption of budgetary support to Malawi will depend on strides made in debt restructuring and prudent public finance management. According to EU envoy to Malawi, Ron Skinnabash, somehow Malawi appears to be making some strides in finance management reforms, citing adoption of the PFM Act. However, they look forward to continued robust implementation of reforms, in particular in the field of commitment control and cash management, in order to avoid the creation of domestic arrears. Meanwhile, Treasury spokesperson Tarai Banda says the government is on course with negotiations for debt restructuring with creditors and engaging the IMF on a possible extended credit facility. The Teachers Union of Malawi, TUM, has challenged school management committees to be vigilant in fighting financial mismanagement in schools. Making the remarks in Mulanje during a sensitization on social accountability, focusing on the role of chiefs and SMCs in prudent management of school resources, TUM Programs Coordinator Avilirani Gamariza says now that primary schools are receiving grants from government and different partners, there is need to provide checks and balances on management of funds. Head teacher for Mitawa Primary School in Mulanje, Flyson Chawinga, said school managers work with SMCs, PTAs, and mother groups in identifying and prioritizing procurement needs of schools. Mangochi Police Station has completed prosecution of 318 cases out of 343 cases which the station registered between January and June this year. This represents a 93% prosecution rate of the cases which were taken to various courts in the district. According to Mangochi Police Public Relations Officer Amina Daudi, out of 318 cases, 254 people were convicted and handed custodial sentences. Daudi attributes the increase in the prosecution rate to willingness by witnesses to testify in the courts, as well as a dedicated team at the station's prosecution and investigation departments. And in other news, Ghana's Supreme Court has dismissed an application to stop Parliament from considering a controversial anti-LGBT bill. In a unanimous decision on Wednesday, the court said that the applicant, an academic researcher called Dr. Amanda Odoi, failed to convince the court to stop Parliament from continuing with a bill that was already being debated by MPs. Dr. Odoye wanted the debates on the bill to be put on hold until the court heard her case, which challenges the legality of the bill on the grounds that parliamentary leaders failed to do an economic impact analysis of its impact if it were to be passed. The Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2021 would see LGBT people jailed for a maximum of 3 years and promoters of it imprisoned for up to 10 years. It has been widely criticized as a violation of the rights of sexual minorities in the country. And that's about what we had time for on this edition of our news updates at 10. But to stay tuned to Luntha TV as we bring you more news updates and for the rest of our programs. My name is Tandy Wemzumara.